Welcome everyone to the Division E matchup between the Core Bouncers and the Devil's Rejects. We are still waiting on a fifth for the Core Bouncers, but he should be here momentarily. So while we wait, I'll just give you a quick overview as to how we got to where we're at now. What we have here is the bands, which is Battlefield Eternity, Braxis Holdout, Hanamura Temple, and Towers of Doom. The Core Bouncers did win the coin toss and they elected for first pick, so the Devil's Rejects decided to go with Tomb of the Spider Queen as the first map. Now on Tomb of the Spider Queen, we will be looking for good rotations between mid and top, so wave clear shall be paramount. And we'll also be looking for interrupts. Interrupts are also very important as well, as it allows for a little bit of control over the turn-ins and a little bit of better team fight, I guess. But what I'm really looking forward to is maybe we'll see a Johanna come up here, as they have great rotation capabilities between mid-top. They also have their Shield Glare, which is a good interrupt for turn-ins. We'll also be interested to see how the two teams prioritize the bottom lane, especially around the bottom siege camp. I have seen several teams now do a good rotation, a sneaky rotation down to the bottom, taking out that siege camp. And fun fact, a siege camp actually clears out the spiders by themselves. So if they're able to match that with an enemy turn-in, we'd definitely be able to see a good competitive match. Thank you very much for Snuggle Ninja for a raid, much appreciated. Still waiting for the remaining team here. These two teams are, I believe they're 6th and 8th. If they go ahead and, or if they either one of them win, I believe they move up to 5th or 4th place. So very, very important match here. Both of them are still in the playoff potential, so nothing to worry about that of them losing out on that. However, a good domination victory or 2 points will get them into a much better position going into the second half of the season. These two teams obviously have not met as of yet. Looks like we are almost ready. I'll be interested to see what kind of wave clear they decide to go with as well. I'm hoping to see a Gul'dan. I have no idea why I want to see a Gul'dan on this map. Obviously he has a fantastic wave clear, can do a lot of damage, but for some reason I woke up this morning wanting to see a Gul'dan. Let's see, or it looks like all 5 are here for both teams. And I can enter here. Just waiting for the two teams to ready up, as I'm assuming they're just grabbing a last little bit of coordination between them, talking a little bit of strategy before they enter in. I have heard of a couple of teams liking to get the second turn in rather than the first. Reason for that is obviously as the game goes later on, the spiders get more and more. Don't forget to update the bottom over. Okay, will do. Yeah, thank you, Snuggle Ninja. Oh, shoot, I misread it. All right, yes. So yeah, we are almost ready here, but yeah, as the game progresses further and further, the spiders get more and more, or they get stronger and stronger. So second turn in actually increases the time between when you get your first 50 gems in, which is obviously the easiest one because it requires the least amount. And then they should be able to push as well. I believe last week we saw a Sylvanas on this map that was able to do a lot of damage, a lot of pushing, and it'll be interesting to see if we see anything like that. As I said, I do want to see a Gul'dan, however, I do not want to see Rain Destruction. I do want to see a Gul'dan with the Fear, as, you know, I want to see a nice competitive game, not an RNG But for some reason, just woke up this morning, was like, yes, Gul'dan, it's gonna be played today. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. But we'll see what the teams go ahead and pick up. Just a reminder to everyone that May is available, and Avalanche is not banned, so we could see some Avalanche plays here. Also, the Diva and the Gazlo are available, as they have gone through those 2 weeks between their reworks and now, so we are able to see those. Gazlo, with his turrets having a shorter health span, I have seen the previous Gazlo, pre-rework Gazlo, on this map, putting down a couple turrets by the turn-ins to have control over that. However, since the lower health timer, or just lower timer of them, might not see that here. I have seen a lot of people using grab bombs now, as Robo Goblin kind of fell off the map due to the timing of his bombs now are being much faster. And then Diva has also been heavily played, as she is very, very strong at this point. Looks like the draft has started, so let's go ahead and load on right into here. So the Devil's Rejects do get, so you're gonna have to remake here, as the, oh no, that's right. We just got to switch over the teams here. Give me 1 second. Teams. Swap teams. Update. There we go. Easily done. Alright. So let's see what the core bouncers are going to be banning out here. It looks like they're banning out the Chromie. Chromie is a fantastic first ban. She does have a lot of damage, range. Once again, has those interrupts on the turn-in, so I like that. And we are going with a Tassadar ban. Chromie and Tassadar. Tassadar does have that vision, also just very strong. Once you get your stacks on for your Q, can start doing lots of damage. And let's see, are they going to keep focusing on the mages, as those are two pretty decent wave clear mages? Looks like we are going to go with a Cassia ban. Cassia, very strong as well. Kind of fell off a little bit with some of her nerfs, but still very, very strong. With her blind, Q can also do a lot of damage. And there is a Garrosh ban. So, what is Core Bouncers going to be picking up here as their first pick? Are they going to prioritize tank here? There is a slight choke, not really, but a slight choke on the mages. So are they going to prioritize a Kael'thas, a Gul'dan, an Orphea? And it looks like the Kael'thas, I thought. Nice Kael'thas pick here for the Core Bouncers. Immediately answered with a Diva by Jackoval. And there's Johanna, as I mentioned earlier. So Johanna and Diva have now been picked up. So there's the strong front line. Looking for maybe percentage-based damage to so you don't have to worry about the Diva defense matrix. We could also see any secondary interrupt, so that when the Diva gets out of her mech, can lock it down a little bit. Looks like we're going with the Lucio Arthas. Old tried and true combo of speed boosting the Arthas right into your face, so you slow down your auto attacks. Currently right now they don't have, besides Diva, many auto attacks, so it will dissuade them from picking up any kind of, let's say, Greymane, Illidan, any kind of melee assassin, really. So might focus more on the poke game now. It looks like they're going to be banning out Sonya on the Devil's Rejects, so it won't be, we won't see a Diva Sonya lane in the bottom. Arthas can be a main tank, or he can be the solo lane. Let's see if they flex him anywhere. Let's go ahead and teams here. There we go, and there's the Li Ming ban. So once again, a little bit of focus on the mages.
Will rise again.
And there's the Greymane into the Arthas, so we will not see him go into his Worgen form that much. Not against Arthas. Greymane. But he might still be able to poke him down quite well. Alphas, Great Clown's going Arthas. There we are, and a Maiev and a Leoric. There's a percentage damage that I was talking about to go through the Diva defense matrix on. Go with. Maiev. And there is the other percentage. There's Tychus to try to cut down that Leoric and Arthas front line. Overall, not bad drafts from both teams here. A little bit of wave clear advantage, I believe, for the core bouncers, but we'll see how the teams rotate and how they decide to fight this out. Let's go ahead and go into the Alright, we are into the game right now, and we have Jackavol on the Diva, we have Snuggly Ninja on the Greymane, D Nasty on Anduin, we have Corso on the Tychus, and then finally we have Satan Saves on the Johanna. Over here on the Core Bros, we have Credit Clown on the Arthas, Troll and Rhino on the Maiev, Dan Solo 56 on the Leoric, Captain John G on the Kel'Thas, and then finally have Captain Gorbo on the Lucio. Let's have a look at our level 1 talents here. We do have the Bonds of Justice by Maiev. We do have the Mana Addict and Frost Presence. So it looks like everyone's trying to get a little bit of their stacks. So far, Viciousness, we have Pro Moves, Hold Your Ground, pretty standard by the Devil's Rejects. I'm sure, well, I'm not sure about the Pro Moves, to be honest. But look at this rotation already from the Devil's Rejects. Pushing that in, that means that the core, what's the core? Wow, core bouncers. Wow, I can't believe I lost the name. Almost lost a full wave up top. However, as we saw in the middle lane, the Kel'Thas had a lot of damage on them, but was able to back up and go to safety. Is Satan Saves going to try to interrupt the rotation here? Not quite, letting that go. As I thought that the core I keep saying core bros. The core bouncers thought we were going to have a rotational advantage with the Kel'Thas. However, that's proving to be very incorrect, as the Johanna has been able to keep that up. Looks like they're going a slightly different way of having the Leoric up top. However, that does mean that this entire bottom wave is going away. And here you can see the Devil's Rejects going onto that bottom camp, putting a lot of pressure down in the bottom lane. So Dan Solo 56 is still staying top. That means that Kel'Thas is going to take over the solo lane, bringing a little bit of pressure on to the Leoric and to this 4-man now in the top lane. Does rely a little bit on the melee up here in the 4-man. We do see that Leoric did clear up the top wave, made that push into the towers, and no XP or gems were lost. Kael'thas still dealing with this camp in the bottom lane. We do have the Q finished up by the Lucio. And is Leoric gonna make it out? He barely does. And Maiev is also doing some pretty good damage. Let's have a look at the stats here. As I said, Maiev at 5,729 damage. However, Greymane at 6,109 damage. Captain John Jay is going in and does get a little bit of damage onto that Greymane. And Greymane does go down to the Arthas Q. Well done. Nice gravity lapse there by Kael'thas. D.Va is now down here in the solo lane, pushing that in. While this was going on, Leoric was sitting in the top lane, pushing that in. They really need to have someone stay down here in the bottom lane, because as all this is going on, we lost the wall and a half in the bottom lane, whereas Leoric has only gotten half of the gate. So definitely an advantage for the Devil's Rejects, as the core bouncers do need to get their lanes sorted out. We do have 43 for the core bouncers, and that is the first turn in for the core bouncers. Now they need to concentrate on making sure that they push up the waves as the spiders are coming in to drops as far forward as possible. Let's see what we're gonna have a look. Let's look at those talents again. We do see more questing by the Maiev, and Satan and the Devil's Rejects are now down a single level, but just got it back up right there. And they are pushing this. Web Weaver barely even made it to the gate. He's up here in the top lane where Leoric has been working. Are they going to be able to take down this wall? Does not quite look like it. However, that is one dead Tychus. Well done by the core bouncers. That Maiev was able to get that pull back into the Arthas slow and wasn't able to make it out. They are going to go ahead and take this top fort. The Greymane is about to be going down. Where's the aura from the Arthas? He needs to be setting that up just to slow down a little bit. However, still got the kill on the Greymane with the Maiev pull into the Arthas route. They've clearly practiced this combo before. That being said, the bottom lane is still being pushed here by the D.Va. Let's go and have a look at her stats. The XP total, we have 5,000 from the D.Va, 3,000 by the Kael'thas. The D.Va is keeping her team into it, or in it right now. Level 10s are about a level and a half away for both teams, a little bit closer for the core bouncers here. And they are starting to get their turn in. However, with this, the D.Va is going to get their turn in. So let's see if they can respond. They are looking at taking their bruiser camp here to give a little bit extra pressure in the mid lane. Are they going to focus on the top lane to try to get parity in that lane? Or are they going to push the opposite lane so that they have at least one lane of pressure? The Maiev pulling back the Greymane. Greymane is going to be able to make it out, trying to keep his viciousness up. Looks like they are going to be going for an all push mid lane with that spell armor camp, giving them a little bit of mitigation against that Kael'thas. And looks like they're going to back off as the Web Weaver is being taken out right now. Top Web Weaver won't get that much value as well. The bottom Web Weaver is pushing in. This should go down, especially with the D.Va bomb. However, looks like nope, the core bouncers all decided to rotate bottom lane to save this fort. And with that, the Devil's Rejects did rotate top lane to go ahead and try to get parity, as I thought. And looks like they are going to be able to get this with the Greymane going to Worgen form. D.Va is giving a little bit of vision, so there's no rotations. And look at that. With that with that camp pushing in, that, or with their objective pushed in, they are slightly ahead now on the structure advantage because bottom lane is about to go down, whereas top lane, both teams have lost their top lane. That is a great route there by the HotS. However, a good re-engage by the Johanna, and the light bomb combo comes out. That is one dead Greymane though, and there goes the drill by Tychus to put a little bit of pressure onto the team. Looks like they're just going to walk away. With that, level 10 has been achieved by both teams. So we have Blessed Shield, the Light Bomb. We do have Micro Missiles, Draken Laser Drill, and the Cursed Bullet. And for the core bouncers, we have Army of the Dead, Sound Barrier, Pyroblast, Entomb, and Warden's Cage. Leoric is a little low. However, it is a 5v4 right now. They are backing away and are going to go ahead and set the lanes. Both teams are looking for a turn-in. The core bouncers do have their enough for a turn-in, whereas the Devil's Rejects are still looking to pick up theirs. Down here in the bottom lane, looks like the Johanna is looking to engage. We do see the Cursed Bullet going out there, but missing. Johanna walking away from that damage. There's the Light Bomb as well, getting a 3-man Light Bomb, keeping themselves alive. Greymane is working on that Kel'Thas, but takes the damage as well. HotS is going to walk away, as well as Leoric. Leoric going to the top lane, gonna get them their next turn in. That is exactly 55. So Leoric is going to go ahead and clear up this top lane, get that globe for a little bit more health, and go ahead and push out that top lane, whereas micro missiles are going out to try to defend this middle lane. This Maiev is really putting a little bit of a hindrance on the Devil's Rejects. Looks like Trollin Rhino knows what he's doing with Maiev. I wish I did, but is now pushing in a lot of pressure. There is a great route there by the HotS, 3-man route. However, not able to follow up. Look at this Greymane, might be taken out right here. There it is. And this Light Bomb is coming out. Maiev using her trade, getting out. That is one Pyroblast coming out, but not getting the kill on the Tychus. This is definitely going to be going down here, this mid fort. The core bouncers are putting in a lot of pressure. They are moving down to the bottom lane. Bottom lane is going to go out without them. So where are they going to go? HotS a little bit behind, but just fine. Looks like they're going to be looking to take keep wall here. The Spider does, or Webweaver has about, a third of his health left. And Johanna's looking for a flank. Does she have her Blessed Shield? She does not. So it is going to be a raw engage. Looks like the Lucio did go in there to harass the backline a little bit, and is able to get out. The HotS on vision, looking to see if he can catch anyone rotating poorly in. And looks like they are going for the Greymane and Tychus. Those are the two you really want into that Entomb, and they are able to get that, as well as the camp. How are they going to use this advantage? They do have another turn-in. They could get it back-to-back turn-ins if they want. Maiev getting those resets. Not quite finishing up her 2 quests as of yet, and if she does, her damage is going to increase tremendously. But looks like they're just putting a little bit more pressure onto this keep wall. Top lane is going to be pushed in, so I'd like to see the Leoric rotate up and clear that out as they go for the next turn-in. Well done by the Kel'Thas, taking this bottom camp. That's going to put a lot of pressure in the bottom lane with the wave already pushed up. The turn-in almost completely done. They need 7 more, and that is going to be turned in right about now. Okay, and there's Leoric pushing at the top lane. Gonna clear out this wave as well. Where is the core bouncers going to be looking? Are they gonna go for the top lane? They do have level 16. I think I know exactly what they're doing. They're going to be going for the top lane, trying to get this keep pressure. Maybe get keep wall or keep if they're possible. And then immediately after this Web Weaver phase is done, immediately look for the boss. So Web Weaver's down as far as they could possibly push right onto the keep wall. Kael'thas is starting to push in. They do have a level 16 advantage. So watch out for the bombs, or the living bombs being procced there by Kael'thas with his Q. There is a great stun up by the Johanna. Johanna was trying to just leave, but the light bomb did go on her, and she did. That was a power blast to the face, going right down, and looks like they are going to be looking for this keep. Keep is almost done. Armin Dead was popped. Same with Entomb. Looks like the only ones that are left are micro missiles and the Cursed Bullet. However, can't use Cursed Bullet when you're done. When you are taken down. The Warden's Cage is still available. Bottom keep has been taken out. And this is looking pretty dire for the Devil's Rejects. They still desperately need level 16. They desperately need to try to hold off and wait for the Greymane to come back up. I would have liked to have seen the core bouncers go immediately to boss, as they did have about 20 seconds after the Web Weaver phase was done in order to get boss into a core pressure. However, the Devil's Reject can now contest here. They can either contest the core call or the boss call, or they can get a turn in themselves. Look at the Diva at 69 gems by herself, and thus mitigate the boss with the Web Weavers. And looks like that's what they're going to be doing. So the Web Weavers aren't going to get any value. I don't think they're even going to make it to the fort in the bottom lane. However, what it is going to do, it is going to make it so that the core bouncers won't be able to push as hard with this boss as they would like. It looks like they're backing away. I missed that the Greymane was taken out by the Kael'thas there. I'm assuming it was just with a living bomb. Great rotation. But here you can see, with that death, they are going to go immediately to core. There's nothing to stand in their way besides the 4. They are concentrating on the boss right now. Diva does have her bomb, so that is a good zoning potential. However, look at the Entomb on to the Johanna, but the Pyro Blast did go out, not taking out anything. This should be GG, as this 15, 14, 13. That is a GG. Well played. The core bouncers did not have to even bounce their own core. They were all on the enemy's team. Well done. Let's look at the stats here. So we can see... Ooh, my stats is a little messed up. Interesting. Alright, well, I'll fix that later. Stats we do see is... Go ahead and get rid of this stuff. There we go. So we do see that the Johanna had 6,000 in her self-healing, Anduin at 46,000, Lucio at 79,000, 13 kills to 0. That is basically the tail of the tape right there. 13 kills to 0. Not much you can say about that. Let's see, 28,000 damage by the Maiev to Greymane's 41,000. However, Greymane did die 8 times. So the Greymane into the Arthas, into the Maiev. I think the Maiev actually messed up the Greymane a little bit more than I anticipated, as it did pull him into a poor position when he went to Organ form, and then the team did a great job collapsing onto him. Let's see how the Devil's Rejects are going to bounce back from this. How are they going to rally for Game 2 after this short break?
These Fools were warned of my coming. For all the good it did them.
Cool down! You will not destroy the Nexus!
Destroy it. Pitiful fool. This realm holds more power than I've ever dreamed of. And it will be mine. For I know the truth. In the end, everything will burn.
All right. We are back here. We do, yes, I updated it properly. So we had to just switch the, swap the teams there as they did switch on me, which is perfectly fine. So it was the Devil's Rejects pick, and the Core Bouncers did win. Quite a dominant win. It was 13 kills to 0. However, looks like we are going to be going to the Infernal Shrines here. Still not sure who to pick, but that's where we're headed right now. So let's see how the Devil's Rejects are going to rally here. As all casters want, they want a third game. So let's see how they're going to rally against the Core Bouncers. Are they going to ban out that Mayab? That Mayab was able to get a lot of damage and pull the team into poor positions. She wasn't able to to clear out her or to complete any of her quests. I don't believe. I didn't see there at the end. However, she was still able to put in a lot of damage, and it'll be interesting to see. We're still waiting on the Core Bouncers to join in, and once they do, I'll be able to tell who chose the map. But we are going to Infernal Shrines. Infernal Shrines here, similar to Tomb of the Spider Queen, require great rotation instead of mid-top. We want mid-bottom. And we are going to be looking to get even more wave clear, as the shrine does have those guardians that you need to clear out as quick as possible. This time you do have the Fallen Shaman camps, which are incredibly strong. If left unattended, can take a fort by themselves, can even go through keep. So the two teams should be putting a lot of pressure, a lot of note onto those Fallen Shamans. And then the Khazra camps do obviously do a little bit of pushing. However, they're not the strongest things. You don't really need, like, you eventually do need to clear them up, but you don't really need to. So it looks like we are gonna go with red. Yeah. I believe it was picked by so by the Core Bouncers, so they went ahead and picked that up. Let's go ahead and I just have to update everything here, as the Battlefield of Eternity was actually banned out by and Tower Stone was it? Yes. Battlefield Eternity and Hanamura Temple were banned out by the Devil's Rejects. And Temple. Then we do have the Core Bouncers. They banned out they banned out Hanamura Temple. No, Braxis and Tomb of the Spider Queen. This Nexus, you lobby is up. We're just waiting for everyone to join in and be ready. And Hours of Doom update. Hey, there you go. A little bit better. All right. I believe everyone is just saying that they're ready. Ready. So with this, that means that the core bouncers are gonna have first pick once again. They banned out the Chromie, Cassia, Li Ming last time. So let's see how they are, what bands they're gonna prioritize here, and if they are going to take the same first pick, which was, my memory is serving me correctly. Not my I forget what they first picked. That's my bad. But we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the draft here. So the Devil's Rejects are gonna get their first. Think score update. There we are. So Devil's Rejects are gonna go with Garrosh as their first ban. I think of who chose the map. So Garrosh being the first ban, Chromie immediately banned as well. So same ban as they did on Tomb of Spider Queen. About to say. What are they going to ban out here? Oh, right. Looks like they're going to be banning out the Sonya once again. So it's Garrosh and Sonya, 2 of the same 3 bans that they did for Tomb of the Spider Queen. And we do have, are they going to ban out the Cassia once again? Are they going to ban out the Li Ming? Are they going to go with a more targeted ban or a different ban due to us being on a different map? Let's see what they're going to pick up here, or what they're going to ban out. They're going to ban out the Kael'thas. Right, they got the Kael'thas last game. They are not wanting to give it away this time, as they know how powerful it is. The Kael'thas being banned out, and Tassadar being the first pick for Snuggling Ninja. So Tassadar was picked up here. However, time for reverse sweep, I like it. The Tassadar was banned out by the Devil's Rejects in game number 1. They are deciding to pick it up here in game number 2. How is the core bouncers going to respond? There's the Maiev, there's the Li Ming. So Troll and Rhino picking up the Maiev, the Li Ming being picked up by Captain John J. I think that's it. The Captain John J. He was on the Kael'thas, now he's on the Li Ming. It's funny because they actually banned out Li Ming on the first map. However, they already had Kael'thas, so it's perfectly fine. So this is a Diva being picked up by Jakuval, and a Malfurion by D Nasty. I do like the Malfurion pick here. This will help the Tassadar keep up with their mana, as he is very mana hungry. And if he's unable to get his auto attacks, his mana will deplete rather quickly. ETC being banned out by the core bouncers. That's a new ban for them. Letting the Cassia go through. Be interesting to see if the Devil's Rejects pick up Cassia. Perhaps that was a targeted ban. Perhaps they just don't like Cassia. All in due time. Devil's Reject does have their final ban here. Are they going to... What are they going to ban out? They're going to ban out that Arthas. They did not like to see the Arthas. Thus making me think that they are going to be picking up the Greymane once again. However, Snuggling Ninja was on the Greymane in the first game. So will Corso be taking the Greymane this time? Looks like Johanna being picked up by Credit Clown. I went with Arthas first time, now Johanna. Lucio being picked up again once by Captain Garbo. Lucio did a lot of healing last time, so I'm expecting similar numbers this time as well. Leaving their soul lane to the very end, as that will be the one souling against the D.Va. That is a Junkrat by Corso. And a May by Satan Saves. So, are we going to see a Avalanche to Root, past our Q, and Junkrat Bomb? Junkrat Riptire into D.Va Bomb? No, we are going to see a Samuro being picked up here by the Dan Solo 56. Samuro versus D.Va will be an interesting matchup. They could obviously always rotate someone else into it, but as an interesting matchup nonetheless. We'd like to see the Samuro use the macro pressure, especially during the shrines, as he is able to push down a lane very hard. But we'll see how these two teams are going to go ahead and use their draft here. There's a great wombo combo potential with the Devil's Rejects. However, high level execution and timing is going to be imperative. Whereas the core bouncers have a little bit less of a coordination required, but still solid picks. It'll be interesting to see how they are going to execute their teams. Let's go ahead and have a look at the two teams here. We do have Snuggling Ninja on the Tastar, D Nasty on the Malfurion. We have Satan Saves on the May, and then Corso on the Junkrat. Finally, Jacobel on the D.Va once again. Over on the core bouncers, we have Dan Solo 56 on the Samuro, Trollin Rhino on the May once again, Credit Clown on Johanna, Captain John J on the Li Ming, and then finally Captain Garbo on the Lucio once again. Let's see these two teams square away and see if we can't get ourselves a game 3. This Tastar will be looking to stack a little bit on those Samuro clones, especially before 10, as they are not going to be the smartest clones out there. Two teams already doing a little bit of wave clear. D.Va in the top lane, getting that damage in. Samuro onto the back line, trying to harass a little bit, but the Malfurion keeping them nice and healthy for now. Great bomb there by the Junkrat to disrupt the rotation. Li Ming is in the bottom lane already, pushing in the waves. A little bit of slow there by the May, and a great Q by the Tastar right at the very end. So 25 stacks already, or sorry, 5 stacks technically, but 25 extra damage on to the Tastar Q, and that wave clear is just gonna go ahead and put so much pressure on there. We do see the core bouncers going and taking this bottom camp already, and the Devil's Rejects are taking their camp. So the bottom neutral camp is going to be picked up right now. However, is May going to be able to get caught anyone out? Not quite. 30 stacks now on the Tastar. We got to be looking at that, as if he completes it, that is a huge power or a nice good damage spike for them. I think it's just stacking. There's no bonus once you reach it. I don't believe so. No, there's not. All right. Looks like they are going for an early invade on to the camp here on the core bouncers. Lucio making out with less than 50 health. Well done. I don't think there's any other cooldowns or follow-up there, so that was just a straight up great job getting those stacks as well. Having that Junkrat, using that point control, very important. And you see the camp here is now working on these 2 towers. The Li Ming did go ahead and push in the bottom lane. It is now trying to put a little bit of damage in. That's 1 tower down. And we do see D.Va rotating all the way to the bottom lane, thus leaving the Samuro up in the top lane for a little bit of free push. However, the next objective is popping up. We do see the Devil's Rejects immediately rotating, trying to pick up their fallen shaman camp, and we see the same thing here by the core bouncers. Well done. So the D.Va, it looks like it's going to be doing that double rotation game, as they already have a quarter level advantage going into this objective. Is she going to be rotating up? She is. She's not going to try to get them to level 7 just yet. That's the Maiev going ahead and pushing in. The Malfurion is a little caught out. A little bit of damage being put onto him. However, the D.Va defense matrix does keep him alive for now. Everyone's tapping, getting ready to re-engage. The Li Ming is a slightly damaged, backing up and tapping once again. The Samuro being very tricky and getting out. However, not so fast for the Lucio. Lucio does get taken down, same with the Maiev. Really well done by the Devil's Rejects, getting those couple of kills and those stacks. Already at 80, almost halfway done immediately. It is a 5v3 right now. The Samuro might be taken down here, as that is the real Samuro, but using his Q at getting on out of there. The D.Va does have her bomb for a great zoning potential. They are at 28-2 right now. Samuro is sticking around a little bit. Very close to death though. And that is the objective for the Devil's Rejects. Going to be going ahead and pushing top lane. You do see D.Va already breaking off, trying to get that double soak, get that XP advantage, try to get their team to level 10. Level 7s are still in the advantage by the Devil's Rejects, putting some great damage in onto that Johanna. Johanna's going to have to back off a little bit before she can re-engage, but perhaps not. This is a great route and a John Cena stun to take out that Lucio. Well done by D Nasty on that Malfurion. The Arcane Punisher is now pushing into the keep wall. Not going to get that much damage there. And that is the top fort already taken down. That's going to be constant pressure in the top lane. They are rotating onto the Samuro. However, Samuro is just going to be able to walk away because that's what he does. And we're at 105 stacks by static charge. And we do see 6 stacks on Vengeful Roots and 20 stacks for Taste of Explosion. Maiev going with her same build that she did on Tomb of Spider Queen with the pin down as well as Bonds of Justice. However, not completing it just as quickly. D.Va is taking this bottom neutral objective or camp right now, while the rest of her team is taking their camp. So that's 2 camps to 1 by the Devil's Rejects, and they do reach level 10 first. We do see Ice Wall by Archon, Tranquility, and they're going in for the invade with their level 10s. There is the Junk Rat Riptire getting 2 kills. Well done. Great lockdown by the Malfurion Root and the Tassadar Force Wall getting that damage. There is another stack. 125, and finally they went with micro missiles and then Riptire. Still 2.5 levels down by the core bouncers. Looks like the Devil's Rejects are just going to go ahead and brute force this middle wave down. Maiev is a little caught out. Does she have her D still? I believe it's still up. There it is. That is a good ice wall onto Lucio, keeping him not moving for a little bit. No follow-up needed. They just got what they wanted, and now they're leaving. A huge wave in the top lane that they are going to have to go ahead and soak. Looks like the Tassadar is rotating there. Their Fallen Shaman camp is up, and that's exactly where they're headed. Let's have a look at their stats here. So far, Tassadar at 16,000 damage, doubling the Li Ming's 8,000 damage. We do see the D.Va pushing down this bottom wall. Probably going to get that tower, if not very close to it. Johanna looking at their own Fallen Shaman camp. Currently, we have 18,000 healing by the Malfurion to Lucio's 21,000. And let's have a look at our XP here. If it's this one, yes. So 9,000 XP to Samuro's 4,000. We do have an invade here on to the Shaman camp, as they don't have level 10s, and that is going to be another kill over to the Devil's Rejects. and they are going to go ahead and steal this Fallen Shaman camp. There's 2 Fallen Shaman camps going in the top lane. That means that they are going to have to give up the first half of this objective, as they will have to deal with this, or it will take core, or it will take the keep. So this is going to be going over to the Devil's Rejects, as they now have level 13 as well. Let's have a level pick at the level 13 talents. We have Flurry, Oracle, hindering Moonfire, so adding slows. We got Target Lockdown, and Junkrat is waiting on their level 13. Level 10 has been achieved by the core bouncers. They went with Blessed Shield, Wave of 4, Sound Barrier, Blade Storm, and Warden's Cage. That is the objective going into the middle lane, which is already opened up and going straight to the keep. D.Va in the bottom lane pushing down the that fort as well. The level 13 still has not been picked by the Junkrat. There he goes with bombs away. That is Broccoli being taken down. A immediate follow-up on to that John Cena stun. That is going to be some great damage onto that Lucio. Lucio still healing up, and the Johanna going to be able to walk away. The Frozen Punisher is going to be pushing into the fort, and down here at the bottom of your screen, we did see the 2 members by the core bouncers being taken down. Looks like they're going to eventually have to bounce their way out of this core very shortly if they don't turn around here. So let's go ahead and go back to the action. While this is going on, D.Va was pushing down the bottom lane and does get that fort. So that is going to be pressure in the top lane, pressure in the bottom lane, and constant catapult pressure in the mid lane. They are going to lose all macro pressure here, but they're just going to sit back, try to soak up, and they won't actually even have a window to fight in even talent tiers, as level 16 is about to be achieved while the core bouncers are about to get level 13. There you go. You see all the camps being taken down with their advantage here. Are they going to be pushing down a single lane? They are. So the 2 Kaiser camps are going to be pushing down in the middle lane, and they are going to be going ahead and getting some pressure down here in the bottom lane. The next objective is in top lane, so maybe getting a little bit of pressure of damage onto the keep wall top lane might do them some good as well. Are they going to look for an engage here? It is a 5v5 fight. However, not quite. They're just going to take this, the front wall, and maybe looking to walk away. Samro in the back line. Look at this Tastar. Tastar getting a little bit shaken up here. And that is some, the Riptire also out. The Johanna is almost down. The Maiev has been taken out. Johanna might be taken out as well. We do see the Samro still harassing the back lane. However, the Johanna makes it out with 20 health, and the Samro making out with 100 health. That is a level 13 to 16 fight. It is a 1-for-1 right now. Junkrat was taken down by the Samro. However, they're still pushing in this this keep here. D.Va does have her bomb. Is she going to use it here to ensure that they capture this keep, or is she just going to keep it for the next objective? Looks like the keeps are going to fall either way. May is backing up. Same with the Tastar. Tastar using the Oracle. Just backing out now. Let's go back onto level 1. Let's see what they have. We do have Assimilation, followed by Executor's Will. We have Nature's Balance, Diverting Power, and then we have Spread Volley for that damage. So, once again, D.Va still has her bomb, so this should be a free Fallen Kaiser camp, or Fallen Shaman camp for the Devil's Rejects. There is the Samro getting damage, and we do have the level 1 being finished down there in that bottom the bottom push. Are we going to see a Johanna engage here? We do, however, not a great follow-up right now. Her ultimate is down, her Blessed Shield. Malfurion is being chased down by that Samro, but Samro not able to quite catch up, and he was able to join back his team. That is Junkrat already starting the objective, and this should be going to the keep. This is our final keep. They are still desperately trying to get to level 16 before they do a next engage here. They do have to worry about bottom lane, as this eventually is going to put some core pressure. This 25-0, so this is a foregone conclusion. They are going to be able to get this, as they are the Devil's Reject is going to be able to get that, as the core bouncers are just going to go ahead and take this camp for mid lane, relieve that pressure, so they only have to worry about bottom lane. Johanna is backing away. Look like Samuro is looking for a flank here. He was able to kill the Junkrat earlier. That is a good John Cena onto the Johanna, and looks like they're putting a lot of pressure into the back lane. This is the Samuro going down to 340 health, but making it out. That is the Johanna not having her D available, going in and getting destroyed. That is the Maiev about to be fallen as once again. This could be GG. The Punisher does still have almost half of his health, and the Tastar getting another kill onto the Lucio. This is gonna be a GG push here. Well done. D.Va still has a bomb. There it is. We are going to be going to a game 3 here. Is the core bouncers going to ban out the Tassadar now that they know that Snuggling Ninja can play a mean Tassadar? Well done. Great response there. Let's have a look at the stats. Here we are. So we do have only the Junkrat was taken out once. We have D.Va at 132,000 siege damage to Li Ming's 75, 42,000 damage on that Tassadar, and 28,000 by the Li Ming. So there's the disparity right there. Healing numbers were very, very similar. They are going to be going to a game 3. Well done. Great response there by the Devil's Rejects. Picking up, almost did the exact opposite. It was 13 kills to 0 on Tuma's Fire Queen, 12 kills to 1 on the Infernal Shrines. So well done by the Devil's Rejects. Great response there. How is the core bouncers going to respond to this? Where are we going to be going? All that will be answered after this short break.
Systems online. Commence hero upgrade. Hero upgrade complete.
Hail to the Queen.
New battleground detected. New hero arrival.
The Queen of Blades. This should be fun. Don't worry. I'll make this quick.
Having fun yet?
Please. You had best be joking. Oh, you really don't seem to be up to this task, do you? Oops. I expected so much more.
Do you ever shut up?
Yes! Finally a challenge!
All right, we are back, and looks like we are going to be going to Volskaya Foundry here for the third match. As you can see here, whomever chose the map does not win the map, so it'll be interesting to see who chose this map and if we can make a prediction based on what we've already seen. Volskaya Foundry, great map here for map control, as you do require to ensure that you take those fortification camps immediately once they're up. So you have one for your first objective, and then as you're going into the as you're fighting for over the first objective, you'll come up again, so you can have two if you time it out perfectly. Looks like we're just waiting for everyone to join in here. Maiev has been chosen twice in a row by Troll and Rhino. Had great impact in game number 1. Game number 2, it did not seem like they had their footing as necessarily. That Arthas ban may have ruined their combo a little bit. So let's see if they are going, how they're going to respond, and if they're going to go with the Maiev, once again. Right. Just waiting for more people to go up here. I'll be interested to see if they have I want to say that heroes that still have Mercenary Lord, or the Mercenary boss is Sylvanas, Sonya, and Gazlo, but I'm not sure about Gazlo since rework, and I think Sonya had it a long time ago. But either way, I know that Sylvanas still has it. So it'd be interesting to see if they pick up a Sylvanas, as she can empower those fortification camps to do a lot more damage, and if they can have that point control. Chromie has been banned out the first 2 games, so I don't expect her to make it through the draft here, as well as it's a great map for Chromie and for Li Ming, as you are confined to a smaller area and they can easily shell out the damage. Looks like this was picked up by a red team, which is the core bouncers. So let's see if they can break the tradition that we currently have for this match, and if they can go ahead and win the map that they have chosen. The soul lane is going to be in the bottom lane, and it's very important that in the middle of the map, or in the middle between top and mid, this is support camp. Support camp, very important, gives you a huge advantage as you're fighting over the objective. So if you can take your fortification camp before the enemy, or before the enemy teams, you can rotate onto the support camp and take it before the enemy team can get there. Let's see if everyone is ready. They are, and we're about to jump right on into it, to our third and final match of the evening, or third and final map of the evening, first match of the evening. You get what I mean. But let's see how we're going to respond here. The Devil's Rejects get first pick, first ban. They banned out Tastar, Garrosh, and Sonya on Tomb of the Spider Queen. There's that Garrosh once again, so the third map in a row. No Garrosh. That must be a targeted ban on to Reddit Clown. So Garrosh is gone. May gone. They did not like the May ice walls, or the last one, as well as the blinds. Did not like it at all. Kael'thas being banned out. I do expect to see a Chromie banned here, as they have been pretty consistent so far, and Chromie is very good on this map. Are we going to see it again? I do expect it. If not, perhaps a Li Ming, or maybe an Tassadar. They are put in a precarious situation here. If they ban Tassadar, they give up Chromie, and vice versa. They are going with the Chromie ban. So we're going to see a snap pick here on the Tassadar once again. There it is. The snap pick on the Tassadar. Tassadar did so much damage in the last game. So interesting to see them, see Snuggling Ninja pick it up again. See if they can't continue that damage. So here's Ninja on Tassadar. Now the core bouncers, how are they going to respond to this? They are gonna go with the ETC Sylvanas. There's the Sylvanas I was mentioning earlier. So Credit Clown going with the ETC.
I play to win.
And we do have the Diva for the third game in a row by Jack of All. And Captain John J is going with the Sylvanas. So it'll be interesting to see at level 4 if she goes with the Merc Queen. So Jack of All going with the May once again, and D Nasty going with the Deckard. I thought he played a fantastic Malfurion. Surprised he's not going with it once again. However, with the with knowing exactly where the next objective is going to be, you can set up a little bit of potions, give yourself some healing, as well as the great roots and a fantastic ultimate. It is another ETC interrupt, a mosh pit interrupt. And the core bouncers are going to ban out Arthas. Are they looking to pick up the Greymane on this one? Interesting to see. The Devil's Rejects, how are they going to respond? What are they going to ban out? Are they going to ban out the May? May would be a fantastic ban, as the ETC May combo is pretty deadly. I would like to see Troll and Rhino onto a different character. No, they're going to go ahead and ban out the Lucio. So I do expect a May to be picked up here, thus leaving the... Actually, you know what? No, maybe they go with a healer soul lane and leave May as a final flex pick, or leave their... Sorry, I keep saying May, I mean Maiev. See if they leave their Troll and Rhino as their flex pick. Maybe going to Maiev once again, or something else. Nope. Going to Maiev, third game in a row, leaving their soul lane as their flex pick. And Anduin on Captain Garbo. So Dan Solo 56 does play the Leoric, does play Samuro. Do we see him playing an Imperious perhaps? Or maybe Thrall? Thrall might be pretty decent here. But looks like Satan Saves has gone with Mal'Ganis. First time we've seen Mal'Ganis tonight. And then the Junkrat once again by Corso. Corso picking up the Junkrat, was able to get a lot of damage, had some great Riptires, had a double kill there on the when they were fighting over the mid camp there once they had the level 10 advantage. So let's see if he can keep that momentum rolling into game 3. And we're finishing up with a Leoric on Dan Solo. Leoric. That's that percentage base damage cutting right through the Diva defense matrix, so that's going to mean absolutely nothing. Are we going to see any swaps here? Probably not. Excellent, excellent. Interesting choices by both teams. I won't predict who has better wave clear, as I did that in the first match, and I do believe that the Devil's Rejects were out-rotating them, so we're not going to make that prediction once again. We are just going to go ahead and go right into our... As... Look at this. Yeah, I do like the Mal'Ganis pick. Mal'Ganis to Deckard's... Like, they're just going to be sleeping all the time. You know, we have Deckard, who's going to probably go with Stay a While, Listen. And then Mal'Ganis already having that sleep on baseline. So we do have Satan Saves on the Mal'Ganis, Corso on the Junkrat, D Nasty on the Deckard, Snuggling Ninja on the Tassadar, and then Jack of All on that Diva. For the core bouncers, we have ETC played by Credit Clown, Trollin Rhino on the Maiev once again, Captain John J on the Sylvanas. We have Captain Garbo on Anduin, and Dan Solo 56 on the Leoric. Game 3 of a great series. Let's see how it ends up. Look at the level 1 talents. We do have the stacking Tassadar Cube. We do have Sapphire by the Deckard. Once again, we have Bonds of Justice by the Maiev, and Prog Rock by ETC. Both teams are just great slide there by the ETC. No follow-up CC, and that is a great boop into the towers. Melganus being pulled back by the Maiev. Nothing too terrible here. We do have Diva pushing in the bottom lane. Sylvanas came down to try to get that wave, but Leoric was able to soak it up anyway. So up here into the top lane, we do see the Devil's Rejects are clearing out the lane, going back down to mid lane to try to clear this out. And the Tastar getting that damage, but stepping up a little bit too much. Great sleep there by the Melganus, and almost had another stun there, but would have put him into tower range. So he goes and backs up. At 1 minute and 12 seconds, we do have Tastar rotating to the fortification camp. And looks like Melganus is coming to help him out. Whereas we have the Deckard and the Junkrat on wave clear duty. We do have 4 team members of the core bouncers taking their fortification camp. And that's the ETC going to sleep, getting stunned. Great route there by Deckard, getting to Junkrat might. There he goes, does make it out just barely. The Melganus ate that route there for him, was able to walk away. Deckard rotating here, try to get that wave clear, or get that wave soaked. Diva in mid, putting some pressure on. Level 4 has been achieved by the Devil's Rejects. They're going with Fueled by Torment. We have Rushdown. We have Plasma Shield, Chattering Teeth, and Ruby. Looking at the Rubies and the Sapphire by Deckard. Great heals being used up. And there is the support camp being almost taken by the Devil's Rejects. Are they going to be able to collapse in on it? They are not. The Chattering Teeth doing a great job zoning. While that was going on though, the core bouncers were able to get their siege camp. So that will be pushing top lane. However, the Melganus and Deckard are there to clear it out. Is the Devil's Rejects going to go ahead and take their camp, or are they just going to immediately contest this objective, as they do have a level 6 advantage, which is, 4% on their stats. Not terrible. And there you do. You see that the Deckard's already setting up his potions. 1 aggressive, 1 neutral, and 1 safety. So see what they pick up here. There's all 5 potions. So great healing already set up by the Devil's Rejects. And there is the tether going out onto the team. Great route there by the ETC. However, he was taken out by the Junkrat passive as well as 1 tower shot. There is the empowered gun by the Sylvanas. That's what we were talking about earlier. Looks like they are just going to go ahead and clear this up. Maiev still looking to pick up her first bomb here, her first E. And that's the objective being taken. Immediately we do see Leoric rotating bottom lane to catch that soak, and so is the Diva. This looks like Junkrat might be rushing to try to get into this mech. He is. There he goes. Well done so far. Are they going to go for this top well, or are they just going to try to push down mid? Looks like they are pushing down mid, getting that top, or getting that fort down. Not much more than that though. Great Ruby there as well, in case anyone needs some healing. 25 seconds, 4% left. Going to put a little bit of damage here on the top wall, but won't be able to take that well. The reason why you want to go for the well is to give you advantage on the next objective. However, if you plan on brute forcing, pushing down anyway, you don't need to do that. Diva and Leoric are doing a double rotation. We have 2 people going back by the core bouncers. However, Maiev did cancel that. Rotating into the mid lane, we have Junkrat clearing that up. Let's have a look at our stats here. Tastar already at 11,000 damage, right there with him. I guess Tastar's right behind the Sylvanas. Sylvanas at 11,800. The XP, let's have a look here. 6,000 by the Diva and 5,600 by the Leoric. So both of them matching fairly well. Go back to our talents here. Level 10 at this rate will be achieved by the Devil's Rejects first. They won't have much of advantage, or their advantage won't be for long, but if they do, I wonder what they're going to do with it. On the Infernal Shrines, we did see them push into the enemy team's camp immediately once they hit 10. So are they going to do the same? It is a 5v5 right now if they push into it. Looks like they are just going to go with the support camp once again. D Nasty did not use the support on the first objective, so they are going to have an item advantage. We do see Sylvanas taking the siege camp, and that's the support camp by the Devil's Rejects. They also have their siege camp, so it is a fight here. Great slide by the Devil's Reject, or by ETC, going into the mosh pit. However, great stay. I want to listen. There comes the Riptire. Riptire going out onto the back line, getting some great damage in. The Leoric was able to get a good entomb there, but not able to complete that much damage. The Tassar was eventually taken out. The Diva did flank, and all said and done, 2 kills to 1 for the Devil's Rejects. Let's have a look at level 10s for both teams. We do have Carrion Swarm, Stay a While and Listen, Micro Missiles, Riptire, and Archon by the Devil's Rejects. And then we have Mosh Pit, the Warden's Cage. And then we have the Wailing Arrow, and we have Light Bomb and Entomb by the Core Bouncers. Diva and Leoric are just double soaking, trying to give their team a slight advantage. That's the Maiev going in, getting a double pull. However, that is a great root there by the Deckard and some good rubies. The Light Bomb is going down. That is the Junkrat's passive going to be popped up, but not that much damage as everyone just walked away. Great pick there right before the objective started. They do see Leoric down here in the bottom lane, so they could push in. It is a 4v4, and that looks like that's the exact call being made right now. That is the Maiev going in once again. And the great silence there by the Sylvanas. Sylvanas trying to walk away now. 50 health and gets taken down. Stay a While Listen has been used. That is the Anduin might be going down as well. The Tassar is back using his Archon, getting that damage. The Maiev at 350 health, backing away. Here comes the Leoric, a little too late though. Junkrat is almost here. Does he have a Riptire? He does, ready and available. It is a 5v4. Great pick there on the Sylvanas, thus giving them advantage here. 125 stacks by the Tassar, and we do see the big healing potions. So if they leave the team here too long, they are just going to be healed up back to full. Looks like the Core Bouncers are just going to settle for their fortification camp while the objective is being channeled. ETC is starting to rotate back up, seeing if he can't get a pick on to the Tassar. But great wall by the Tassar. That is one interrupt, and the Light Bomb going out, hitting no one. That's the Maiev getting a great pull. However, there goes the Stay a While Listen, as well as the bomb. Bomb is about to go off and gets a little bit of damage on to the Sylvanas. We do have the Leoric in the back line doing lots of damage, and that is a great potion placement in the back. Tassar being able to get that back up. Mal'Ganis does go down. It is a 4v4 right now. Both tanks are down, and Tassar is trying to get a little bit of damage. Looks like they're just going to back up, tap here, and re-engage. 99% to 57% right now. Leoric is getting rooted there. Great rubies. I would go in immediately. There's the Archon. There's a great boop. We do have a little bit of concentration needs to be on this Maiev. Leoric gets taken down. The Diva is putting in the damage. That is the Light Bomb coming down, hitting 3 members of the enemy team. That is the Mosh Pit going down, getting a couple of stuns there. Great boop there by the Junkrat to interrupt it. That is the Anduin taken down, so it's still a 4v4. And the Sylvanas being taken down. Great Riptire by the Junkrat to push it right on to Anduin. And the Leoric making it out with 200 health. What a bloodbath. Looks like the Devil's Reject comes out on top. Wow. ETC now settling to go for his siege camp, and looks like he did go with the Echo Pedal, so he does have a little bit of extra wave clear there. While this is going on, top fort is going down. D.Va in the middle, getting that push, rotating down to the bottom lane, trying to get a little bit more pressure in the bottom lane. Looks like the Protector is rotating to mid lane, get themselves a little bit of pressure in mid. Nope, just gonna stop, wave, say hello, and go immediately down the bottom lane where the D.Va has already softened up this lane. Her bomb is almost ready. A little bit more time. The Maiev is in the backline. Is she going to use it? She is not. Level 13. It has been achieved by the ETC, so we are looking at a little bit of cooldown on the Encore. So the Mosh Pit is up more often than normal. Great Entomb catching the D.Va and the Tassadar. Great Medallion there, keeping the Archon from being stunned. Stay a while and listen has been used as a disengage. So there is the Maiev pushing in onto the Protector. Protector not going to be able to get pulled. Looks like it is a pretty much all-out brawl here. But while this is going on, Tassadar did finish his Q quest. He's now going to start hitting like a truck. The fortification camp is up. They are a little bit low. However, their siege camp has been pushing top lane, so D.Va has to go ahead and respond. The Tassadar and the Decker are going to go ahead and take their fortification camp. However, ETC is coming in. Great wall there by the Tassadar, using that, keeping them alive, as that easily would have been a couple of kills. Great 5-man sleep there by the Mal'Ganis, walking through the entire team and walking away as if nothing happened. Cool guys, don't look at explosions. Looks like the support camp is now being pressured by the core bouncers. However, the D.Va does sniff this out. Stay a while, listen has been used, thus stopping the ETC slide. That is their Mosh Pit going out onto the Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis going ahead and using his ultimate to get out of there. The objective, or sorry, the support camps can be used. Use it right away, D-Nasty. Nope, not quite, doesn't need it. He knows his character more than I do. Stays alive. That is the Leoric going down. That's Mal'Ganis being pulled into towers, but not quite enough. Wait for that potion to get big before you use it. There it is. Alright, so this is a 3-4-0 on this side of the Devil's Rejects. They got the support camp. Their siege camp is still pushing top lane. What are they going to do with this advantage? They take down the mid fort. Are they going to go ahead and push on the mid keep wall? Looks like they're thinking about it. However, rotating to the top lane. Oh, Snuggling Ninja caught out a little bit using Archon. Great route there by the Deckard. And we have the ETC trying to come in onto the Archon. Archon barely gonna survive. No, he's not. He's gonna be taken down. Great stay. I want to listen to keep him alive for a little bit longer. And that is a 1-for-1. However, bonds have been completed by the Maiev. Maiev damage is gonna skyrocket now. We should see that very shortly. Let's have a look at the damage numbers here while they're just sieging up. 66,000 damage by the Tassadar, 56 by the Sylvanas. The Maiev at 25,000. So let's look at that damage number increase. Mal'Ganis might be taken out here. He's at 500 health. He is taken out. Well done. Great silence there by the Sylvanas. Great 4-man route there by the Deckard to try to disengage. There's the bomb. Now they can easily just walk away. Siege camp is being taken care of right now. One with a little tickle left. 2 kills immediately there by the core bouncers. Not sure why The Devil's Rejects were rotating here to try to get this objective, as this is a 5v4 or 5v3 at that point. So they should just back up, get theirs. Diva is on the point, and Decker should just walk away here. Do not want to fight this. You are down a man. You don't have a level 20 advantage. Diva can boost her way out. You cannot. However, looks like the core bouncers are just going to give this up and try to get to level 20, as they do have a little bit of time. 50% is now achieved by the core bouncers. Or sorry, by the Devil's Rejects. And we do see ETC and Lyric all top lane. So they are going to be giving up on this objective. And look at Sylvanas. Sylvanas might be pushing in the mid lane, trying to pull a response here. Not quite able to. Deckard on the point. And about to get that objective. And the support camp was not procced right before the objective. So, Protector rotating, are going right down on bottom lane. Going to be putting a lot of pressure on to this keep. There's the Tastar getting that damage. He did go with Thermal Lance, so that's 8% of maximum health on the first target hit. First hero, sorry, not target, first hero. And Lyric is looking for that Entomb. Level 20 is achieved. We do have a Silence Entomb. That's a game changer. Watch this, Lyric. Watch where he's going to go ahead and throw this Entomb. He does do it on the Diva, does not get the Tastar. That is a lot of damage on to the Lyric. Lyric walking away. Diva using her Q to push people away. The keep is down. They're not fighting for anything more here. Do we have Respect the Elderly? We do not. We have a Bottomless Flask. So they are, once they wake up, they're not going to be silenced. Let's see, what are they going to do? Mal'Ganis gets rooted before he can get a good sleep on. Using his ultimate. Great Riptire there by the Junkrat. Looked like ETC was going to go in there for a mosh. That would have been a 3-man mosh. However, looked like he was stunned up or silent at one point. We do have Lyric going on the back line. Now everyone's pulling back. Tastar is now at the front line. Is he going to be taken out? He is not. ETC getting damaged. The Sylvanas getting pushed in. Snuggling Ninja looking for another kill. Not quite able to. Does he have another Q? Does not. He is taking a little bit of tower shots. So he's backing away. That is the Riptire. Once again, he does have that Riptire reset, the extra oomph. Looks like they are looking to end here. Just Lyric is down. He will be up momentarily. There is the Mosh Pit. However, the Junkrat Chattering Teeth was able to get the damage. Maya pulling out the Mal'Ganis from the Mosh Pit, but still taken down. Diva does have her bomb. Is she going to use it? There is this Stay a While and Listen once again. The Maiev trying to get us damage there onto the Tastar. Tastar does have Twilight Archon, so that's why it's still up. The Anduin might be taken down here. No, barely misses on the Q. And the Lyric is still pushing into the bottom, or into the back line. And there it is, Junkrat getting full health immediately. Extra oomph being used. Not quite getting a kill there. However, the silence by the Sylvanas being used up, and the Maiev eventually being taken down. The Tastar should be looking to pick up some of these potions. He's desperately looking for something, anything, so he can get back to a fighting health. There it is. No, does not get it, as someone else took it from him. Another Ruby, and there goes his Twilight Archon. That is now down. They need to back away. They aren't going to be able to finish here. It is 42%. We do have two catapults putting pressure in the mid lane. There is the Tastar being silenced. There is this stun right behind it. And the Tastar finally gets taken down. Junkrat pushing in a little bit. Not quite able to get a little bit more damage onto the core. Backing away. However, D-Nasty still has his item. Should be using it right now before he dies. Looks like the Lyric might be taken down once again. D-Nasty is looking to be taken down. Did not use his objective right before the end. But the core bouncers staying alive. Barely holding on here while all this is going on. And there is the Junkrat going back. Taking those healing potions. Using his extra oomph. That should be an immediate reset. It is. Are we going to see another one? That should be another reset. Does he use it again? There he goes. That is the power of the extra oomph right there. And that might be a dead end win. He does make it out barely. The Diva Bomb does go off. It does do a little bit of damage on the core. She is back. We are just fighting on this core. Core is down to 20%. We just 13%. A little bit more damage there. Concentrate on the core, and you have it here. There it is. GG. My throat hurts. So many calls there. Well done by both teams. That was the longest brawl I've seen in a very long time on the core. The core bouncers were pushing, doing everything possibly could to keep the core alive, but there's just too much pressure. The mid keep went down, and there was catapult pressure that they could not break off to. If they did, they would have lost. They would have lost the team fight even harder. So well done by the Devil's Rejects. Yeah, that was Snuggly Ninja. That was intense. Let's go ahead and see if Satan Saves wants an interview. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Look at the stats here before we leave here. 107,000 damage by the Sylvanas, 115,000 damage by Snuggly Ninja, 83,000 by Junkrat, 83,000 by Diva, and then it drops off really hard to 55,000 by the Leoric. 17 kills to 11. That was intense. That was fun to watch, hard to cast. There's so much going on consistently. Just well done by both teams to just keep that alive, keep it going for as long as they possibly could. Let's go ahead. Satan Saves. Wow, what an end fight there.
Oh man, yeah, we were like, get out, no, stay in, get out, no, stay in. You know, it was utter chaos on comms.
Yes, wow, that was absolutely intense. My throat hurts because you guys were just constantly going back and forth. Those Deckard potions were so clutch there, those extra potions that continuously, and I loved how Snuggly Ninja was desperately trying to get any potions, but everyone kept stealing it in front of him. That was funny to watch. But we'll come back to Volsky Foundry. This is a great series, a 3-game series. Let's go all the way back to Tomb of the Spider Queen. Did not go too well for you guys. Let's walk us through what happened there.
Oh man, Tomb, it really snowballed on us fast. We had a lot of picks. I think they had like, how many kills did they have that match?
13 kills to none.
Yeah, so they were tearing us up. We didn't have real good wave clear assassins. Our rotation wasn't tight. You know, we weren't respecting the Arthas as we should have in that match with his stuns. So
I was gonna say you said your rotations weren't that good, but at the beginning you guys were out rotating them pretty well. With
yeah, we were.
With you guys had Tychus and Greymane, and you guys were out rotating against the Kael'thas. Then it seemed like, as you said, the Arthas, the Maiev Arthas, kind of made your Greymane's life a little bit difficult. Therefore, wasn't able to get as much done.
Yeah, he's Snuggly's a really good Greymane, but man, he was struggling in that match. And
yeah, I noticed that I thought the Arthas was going to do more damage, but the Maiev was able to get some very key tethers, and they pulled right into an Arthas route, and I just felt so bad for Snuggly Ninja. That was difficult to play into, and he tried to adjust a little bit, but as I said, it snowballs. It's a snowballing map.
yeah,
But
definitely.
you guys were able to bounce back and really, really, really well on Infernal Shrines. You guys banned out the Garrosh and the Sonya for the second time. I did notice that you guys banned out Garrosh all 3 matches. Is that a target ban?
Yes, it is. Me and Clown, we play a lot together, and he's always on Garrosh. So I was like, I'm not letting him have it.
Fair enough. So on the Infernal Shrines, you guys had almost the exact same score. It was 12 kills to 1 instead of 13 to none. What were the comms like? How were you guys making your picks? And what were you guys feeling about when you guys were starting to turn it around and get some? I think at one point you had a 3-level advantage.
Yeah, so we regrouped, and we were obviously a little discouraged from the first fight. but we're like, hey, let's take a pause, let's regroup. We implemented a higher burst mage like Tassadar into the fights.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to concentrate more on Peel and playing defensively because they were diving a lot more last time, and that's what we did. And after the first objective, we were able to take advantage of all the camps. That first camp, the invade, that really put us ahead, I think.
Yeah, and then your Junkrat was able to get a double kill with one Riptire. You guys also had some great roots in Tassadar walls. You guys seem to be, as I said, regrouped and were on point for that one. Then let's talk about Volskaya Foundry. That one was an insane match. What happened there?
Oh man, Volskaya, it was a pretty even fight between both teams. We were both like, it could have went either way, and then we kept the same strategy as we did last match. I went with Mal'Ganis because I could tell they were going real dive heavy with ETC, Maiev, and Sylvanas. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna protect the back with Mal'Ganis so y'all can do work. There's a couple fights I think personally that we should have lost, but somehow we came over on top. Both teams were super low health a bunch of times.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. You guys were fighting over the objectives really well. I think at one point you guys lost a Junkrat right before one objective, so you guys just backed away and allowed yourselves to get some soak before you guys re-engaged once Junkrat was back up. But you guys had some great calls. I'm not sure who your shot caller is, but there's one time in which the Leoric was in the bottom lane. You guys, I think it was the same play. You guys had lost the Junkrat, saw Leoric was in the bottom lane, so you called it as a 4v4 and you guys engaged. What were the comms like there? Were you guys just focusing on just trying to get this victory because it was a hard fought game 1, game 2, and you were focusing up here?
Yeah, we've been struggling season with the player consistency, so this was like, man, we got to get this win. We got a new player that we're trying to break in, and he's doing great. He's the Junkrat, and he did really
Corso,
good. Yeah. So somebody called that, hey, they're split, and we had a man down, and Leoric was pushing. And I feel like they thought that we were going to give it since we were a man down.
Yeah.
But we were like, you know what? Let's go for it.
Awesome. And then obviously that last core fight, that one was an interesting one for me. As right before the objective, you guys were actually down a man, and it was like they had 5, you guys had 4, but you guys were just about to get level 20s. They backed off and let you guys have the objective. You guys pushed down the bottom lane, got that keep, and just decided to live there for some reason. Yeah. And like looked like Deckard just, decided to build a house, and you guys got a fire, and it was a nice little, you guys lived there for a bit. And eventually you guys took down the middle keep, and then eventually the catapult pressure was able to get that core down to 0. What were you guys calling during that? Was anyone at any point was just like, hey, maybe we should, back away?
Our freaking bruiser diva Jackable, he was yelling the whole time, no, I'm staying in it. We're like, no, back out. He's like, no, and it got intense, and there were times that there was probably like 3 or 4 times in that fight that we were gonna back out, and then we ended up seeing somebody low and getting a kill, and then we're like, we're staying.
Awesome.
So,
well, it was very fun to watch, very fun to cast. You guys definitely had that reverse sweep, so well done. I'm going to give the floor over to you for any shoutouts you want to do.
Yeah, shout out to Credit Clown, man. He's a good dude. We play with him. Shout out to the core bouncers, our coach Valkamir, and my team Jackavul and Snuggly Corso, and D Nasty for the healer.
Nice, well done. Well, look forward to seeing you in the rest of the season. Do you know where you guys are going to be at the after this with your 2 points? I think you guys move up to 4th.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. So
right there in the middle.
Exactly. So you guys are looking forward to the rest of the season. Anyone you're looking out to playing next?
Right now we are. Who do we have next? I think it's Bull Moose Party. Bull Moose.
Excellent.
So we're focusing on them.
Nice.
They're our next.
Excellent. Well done once again, and good luck from the rest of the season.
Thanks, Viper. Thanks for casting and everything you do here.
Not a problem. Glad to do it.
Bye, buddy.
All right, take it. Well, thank you all very much for joining me once again. That was a fantastic match. What a crazy way to end a 3-game series. As I said, they just decided to live in that bottom lane and just do whatever they want. So well done once again. Thank you all very much for joining me. Hope you guys have a great evening. I will be raiding one of our fellow NGS casters, and have a great evening.